G'day! So you've got this official rule book from the owners corporation. You know, the group of all the owners who manage the building. And look, we're gonna break it all down. Think of this less as a list of don'ts and more as a simple, practical guide to making life here a bit easier for absolutely everyone. All right, let's get into it.
So whether you're still surrounded by boxes or you've been here for yonks, it's always good to be on the same page, right? These rules, they're not here to cramp your style. They're basically just a bit of a blueprint for being a good neighbor and making sure the whole place runs smoothly. Righto, first things first. Let's chat about the space that is all yours, your unit. You might be surprised to hear that the rules actually start right inside your own four walls. And it's mostly about common sense safety and, well, just not being a problem for others. Okay, it pretty much boils down to three simple things. 1. Don't do anything in your unit that could create a hazard for anyone else. Easy. 2. If you need to store flammable stuff, you've got to get written permission first. Don't worry, that doesn't count the fuel in your car's tank. And finally, the rubbish. Just make sure you get rid of it properly so it doesn't cause a stink for your neighbors. Simple as that. See, it all comes down to this one simple idea. Your freedom inside your unit goes right up to the point where it starts causing a headache for someone else. It's all about finding that happy medium.
Okay, so what about when you step outside your front door? Well, now you're in the common areas, and these shared spaces, they've got their own set of guidelines because, we all have to use them together.
And this here is the key difference you've got to understand. Your unit, your lot as it's officially called, that's your castle. But the common property, things like the driveways, the gardens, the hallways, that belongs to everyone. You've got a right to use it, for sure, but so does your neighbor. And that's where a bit of courtesy goes a long way.
And this is all pretty straightforward stuff, really. Don't leave your bike or your kids' toys blocking a hallway. Don't go damaging or changing anything without getting the okay in writing first. And please be mindful not to leave your bins out for ages or use the common garden as your personal storage space. It's all about keeping these shared areas clear and usable for everyone. All right, let's get into the big three: parking, pets, and people. I reckon these are probably the things that cause the most friction between neighbors, so knowing the rules here can save you a whole lot of drama down the track.
The classic question. You've got your mates coming over for a Barbie on Saturday Avo, and Dave needs somewhere to park his ute. Visitor parking, it can be a real minefield, so let's clear it all up.
The rules on this are crystal clear, really. You can't just park in someone else's spot. That's a big no-no. And you can't block driveways. Only use the designated visitor bays. Oh, and your car spot? It's for your car, not for storage or for you to work on your engine. The bottom line is, stick to the designated areas and you'll avoid that friendly note on your windscreen.
Okay, this one's a huge deal for a lot of people. You want to bring your furry or feathery friend into your new home, but you're just not sure what the deal is. So let's answer it. Can you have an animal in your unit? And the good news is, generally, yes, you can have a pet. But, and this is a really big but, if your animal is causing a nuisance, barking all night, or is seen as a danger, the owner's corporation can actually give you notice to remove it. So it's really all about being a responsible pet owner. It is important to know, though, that this rule doesn't apply to assistance animals. Now, for the people part of things, I wanted to put this exact quote up because it really is the heart of the matter when it comes to noise. The key word in there, unreasonably. The rules get it, life makes noise. But that noise shouldn't interfere with your neighbor's right to just enjoy their home in peace.
So what does that mean in the real world? It means go ahead, have your mates over, enjoy your space, but just be mindful of the volume, especially late at night. And remember, you are responsible for how your guests behave too, so just make sure your friends are as considerate as you are.
Look, let's be real. Even when everyone's trying their best, sometimes people just disagree. The good news is there's a proper, structured way to sort things out, so it doesn't have to turn into a shouting match in the driveway.
So if a friendly chat over the fence hasn't done the trick, don't just let it stew. The rules actually provide a formal grievance procedure. Honestly, think of it as a safety net. It's there to help everyone find a fair resolution before things get out of hand.
And this is the official process, laid out nice and simple. It's a clear step-by-step path. First, you put your complaint in writing. Then, the owner's corp gets notified. After that, a meeting has to happen within 14 working days where everyone gets together to discuss the problem. And if that still doesn't sort it out, you'll be formally told what the next steps are that you can take. It's designed to be a fair process for everyone involved.
So, after all those little rules about parking and pets and bins and noise, what does it all really mean? What's the big idea? Let's bring it all together under one simple principle.
Because this is the ultimate takeaway. These aren't just a bunch of boring regulations. They are a framework for living in a community, and it's all built on a foundation of mutual respect. Seriously, if you approach every situation with just a little bit of consideration for the people you're sharing the building with, you're already 99% of the way there.
And that's really the question I want to leave you with. Because it's not just about not breaking the rules, is it? It's about actively helping to make this a place where people actually feel comfortable and happy to live. So, what does being a good neighbor mean to you? What's one small thing you can do today to be a great one? Cheers for tuning in.